heading a bit early to the gym today, which is good. Kind of nice to go when it's still bright out. And lifts your mood. A bit fucking depressing when it's always dark, especially in the winter time. Is my mic on? Yes. You can hear me. Shoulder day today. Get some bolder shoulders, as they say. I like doing shoulders, but I'm also dealing with a shoulder injury right now. Well, not right now, it's been there for a few years, but kind of comes and goes, which is annoying. Rotator cuff injury. If you guys don't know what rotator cuff is, I suggest you go online and research a bit. I'm going to explain a bit here now anyway, but you should also do your own research because it's very, very important to understand. The thing about shoulders is if you have a shoulder injury of any sort, you're pretty much fucked on your upper body. Because if you think about it, bench press, of course, shoulders, hell, even doing triceps or even biceps to an extent, it all requires upper body strength, especially rotator cuffs, like doing your chest, unless you're doing flies or something, even then you use them, but especially doing any sort of pressing movement, you need your rotator cuffs to be nice and strong. And if they're not, then you're going to have a lot of issues like I am having. So the rotator cuffs are basically it's a combination of 4 muscles on the back of your shoulder, around here. Infraspinatus, supraspinatus, teres major, and teres minor. Those are the 4 muscles comprising of rotator cuffs. Infraspinatus is the biggest, if I think I'm correct. I could be wrong, but I think that's the biggest one, the most injury prone one, and it's also the one I've injured. And so this is how it works. So if you're, let's say, you're doing your chest for years, you make it nice and big, nice and thick, good pecs. The rotator cuff muscles of your shoulders are the ones that are responsible to hold a lot of other muscles in place, right? And if I'm training my shoulders, my back, my chest, and I'm developing it, making it bigger, stronger, in turn heavier, the rotator cuffs have to then work extra hard to kind of support those muscles. And if you don't work those out, they're not going to get stronger. And over time, they're not going to be able to take the load. So if you've got a big chest, the muscles at the back of the shoulder, the rotator cuffs, are going to have a harder time to kind of, keep that in place, because you're always kind of bigger chest, you're kind of not humping, but kind of like leaning the front, and it has to kind of work extra hard to keep that chest in place. And over time, it will give in, which is what happened with me. Now, this has been there for like years, but I didn't know anything about rotator cuffs when I started working out, because everybody wants biceps, chest, back, the muscles that you can see. But the muscles that you can't see are sometimes more important, because they're the ones that decide if you're able to work out or not. So, rotator cuffs, your hip flexors, all the stabilizing muscles, they're really important. and people don't pay any attention to them because you can't see them. But it's very, very important to kind of work those out. That's why you see a lot of people when any type of external rotation. So if you see people doing that in the gym or that, very common, they're basically working out their rotator cuffs. That's what I do now. So I lie down. I think one of my videos, I think the first or the second video, I do show how I do it, especially on shoulder days or chest day, any kind of push day. I have to, annoyingly now, because it's injured, I need to warm it up for a good 20 minutes or so beforehand. So today I'm going to spend a good 15, 20 minutes to warm it up, do a ton of these. And once I feel it's nice and warmed up, then I can kind of do mine. It's still going to be sore, but not as sore. If I don't do that and I go directly and just do my workout, tomorrow is going to be agony. And I won't be able to train for a week or two. That's how sore it gets. So I'm kind of like under rehab right now, you can say, in a way. So my suggestion to you is go online and check out rotator cuffs and what kind of exercises you can do to kind of strengthen them, especially infraspinatus, more or less, because that's quite a big muscle, and I think it's the main one that people injure most of the time because it's the biggest, so it takes the most load. So we'll do that. Get some thick ass shoulders. If you want wide shoulders, you can do a lot of pressing movements and all that, which is okay, but I prefer to do more side work, side laterals and stuff like that. Because if you look at somebody from the front, he's got wide shoulders, gives you that V taper. To build that, you need to build this part of the shoulder, which is the side lats, side delts, not side lats, side deltoids. You got the front delts, the rear delts, side delts. I rarely train my front delts because you kind of train them anyway when you're doing your, bench press and stuff like that, any kind of pushing movement. I rather do a lot of side delt work, dumbbell raises, side raises, or cable work. And in my opinion, if you just do that for like 5 sets, let's say 5 sets of dumbbell side laterals, 5 sets of cable side laterals, raises, side delts, and then also don't forget to hit your rear delts, because doing rear delts is kind of like doing your rotator cuffs as well. So it also strengthens your rotator cuffs. You're pretty much, you're going to have a good look when it comes to shoulders. This is developing this area, the side delts, is what gives you that wide V taper. So the plan is to go in there, do some rotator cuffs, and do, I would say, around at least 2 exercises for the side delts. So might start with dumbbells, 5 or 6 sets of dumbbells, side laterals, raises, and then we'll go on to some sort of a cable work just to isolate them a bit more. I prefer doing dumbbells first, unless it also depends on how sore my rotator cuff is on that day. Today is not too bad, so should be okay. But if it's too sore, even after I've done my warm-ups, then I kind of do cables first, just to kind of get that extra warm up, and then I do dumbbells. But I think it's okay today, so I'll start with dumbbells. Get 5 or 6 sets done of that, 5 or 6 sets of cables, and then do some traps. So shoulders, calves, and maybe forearms as well. I haven't done forearms in a while, so let's get them done as well. I'm going early, so I have enough time. No excuses. I don't want to spend too much time in the gym either. That's why I usually go 2 hours before the gym closes, so I know I have 2 hours to get everything done. So I'm not like slacking around. If I go like now, I have more time. I just spend too much time in the gym. I don't want to live in the gym. As much as I like it, I just want to get in there, get my work done, and get home, chill. So yeah, we've enough time today. So let's do shoulders, let's do calves, and let's do forearms. So this is how I kind of do it. I do 4 or 5 days a week, at least 4. So, and I combine a push and a pull movement. As I was speaking yesterday about that. Go check out my other video that I posted about legs. I explained why I do that. But so I'll do chest. Let's say Monday I'll do chest and I'll do biceps. Tuesday, back, triceps. Wednesday, shoulders, calves, and forearms, depending on how much time I have. And Thursday, legs. And that's it. And if I'm feeling really motivated, then I'd do another day and just do cardio or something like that. A cardio day. It's important not to skip cardio. Speaking of which, I did not do cardio this morning. I woke up quite late and I was kind of lazy as well. So anyway, I'll try to do cardio in the gym today. Probably not actually, because after doing calves, it's fucking hard to walk. So I might just do them when I get home. I just do some, take my dog for a walk or something. So like with the smaller muscle groups, you can, like I'm kind of throwing in my forearm training today with the shoulders, but you don't have to. You can do it anytime you want, really. And the calves, same thing. Smaller muscles, So if I didn't have time today, I could have done calves tomorrow with legs, or I could have done them yesterday. So you can kind of adjust that with your. You should really have a plan of exactly what you're doing, but it's okay to tweak it a little bit, especially with like smaller muscles like biceps, triceps, calves, forearms. The bigger ones, you should kind of keep a day for that and stick to those days. Chest, back, legs. You should have a dedicated day for all those, and then you can kind of adjust the smaller muscles as you please. Right. Rotator cuffs have been nicely warmed up. So start with some lateral raises. I think I might go a little bit lighter today and do more reps. Like I usually do around 17, 15 or 17 and a half kg dumbbell and like 9 or 10 reps. But I think I want to get a bit more pump, a bit more burns. So let's see how a lighter weight and more reps feels like. So I think the max I'm going to go today is probably 12 and a half. I might go more, we'll see. I need to adjust that camera a bit. Right. Partly I'm doing that because I want to be more strict with my form. I was noticing I was cheating too much, doing more weight. I was doing too much of this shit. That's not good. I want to be like that. So let's see. Probably still cheat a bit, but that's okay. Oh yeah. Although I'm feeling it more on my fucking trap, on my shoulders. Too upright, maybe. Whew. All right. So when I'm completely straight like that, and I do that, I can literally feel these burning. And that's not a good sign. So you got to see what works for you. I think for me, a little bit of forward bend is better. As soon as I do that, I felt it here. Less rest. You don't need as much rest. Lighter weight. Oh yeah, it's fucking burning already. Whew. Maybe 2 more sets, and let's try them standing. What even try to do standing up. Maybe let's mix it up a bit. Do like 3 sets sitting down, 3 sets standing up. I usually don't like doing standing up because I tend to cheat a lot more. But since I'm using a lighter weight, let's try it out. This is the part I feel kind of find it awkward. Do I start from here or do I go like that? If going like that, I have to bend forward, which I don't like doing. But as soon as you bend, you're kind of doing your rear delts then, you know? Like that's rear delts. You want to be as upright as possible. Nice and warmed up at this stage. The fucking hands are cramping up. I'm holding the weight. I'm not really following my traditional training. Doing like fucking 15 to 20 reps instead of 8 to 10. But it feels good. So the machine I wanted to do was is taken. So I'm going to have to resort to single arm lateral raises for now. Got my favorite contraption here. I much prefer that than using the handlebars. So I don't have to use my grip strength to do my shoulders, you know. You put your hand in here and use your shoulders to do all the work instead of your arms or your hands doing a lot of the work for you. Now let's do that for a few sets. We should be good to go. So I got a bit lucky. Both sides of the machines are free now. So I can get some more sets done. You get a good kind of burn doing that. So I'm just trying to get as many as I can done here. Not really counting the reps or whatever I can do until I can't do any more. Just to get an extra bit of pump. Right. I think that's good enough for side laterals. I'll do some rear delts now. I'm gonna stick here while this machine is empty. I'm gonna use this for another 5 or 6 sets. Do my rear delts. And then I might jump onto the dumbbells for like maybe another 3 or 4 sets. Do some dumbbell reverse flies. Get some extra rear delt action. The weight I use here is pretty much the same as what I do with regular flies. But I find like my rotator cuff is not as sore when I'm doing my rear delts. So I can probably use a bit more weight here. All right. Yeah. Alright. The lower back is a little bit sore from yesterday. The heavy deadlifts. Usually when you do deadlifts, especially heavy deadlifts, it takes about 48 to 72 hours, 2 to 3 days for it to fully recover. Which is why I kind of, like when I'm doing the way I arrange it is if I'm doing back on Tuesday, my leg day will not fall until Friday. So I have like 2 days to recover in between, because if I do deadlifts for my back and then I jump on the squats, I'm already doing again my lower back, you know. So if it's not fully recovered, you can injure yourself. So that's why they say train hard, but train smart. Hey. So pretty much done with my rear delts. Time to do some traps. Some barbell upright rows. So basically that one. Maybe 5 or 6 sets. Warm up. Do a warm up first. Oh. 4 or 5 sets here, and I don't know, maybe I'll do another exercise for traps, maybe not. I feel like I don't really need it, because when I was doing my flies, I was kind of working out my traps already. So I think 5 or 6 sets here should be enough for traps. I'm gonna jump onto some calves. Actually, I'll do my forearms before calves, because once I do my calves, I'll have shaky legs. Talking from experience. The thing with upright rows is it's a very injury-prone movement, so you gotta be careful. What I find is low weight, like less weight, and about 10 to 15 reps. And I kind of like to hold the bar quite wide. I find the wider it is, at the grip, the more I feel my traps working. And not go too high. Like this is the movement, right? You gotta go hold the bar and go this. That's it. You kind of trying to lift the weight with your traps. So, you're not really doing this, but then you're using your biceps. Kind of doing that, kind of like trying to use your shoulders. So if you don't feel it, then lower the weight, maybe no weight in the bar, and just get used to the workout first. Until you start, you should only feel the burn on your triceps. Not triceps, traps. Yeah. Eesh. Eesh. Time to do some forearms. I'm gonna do this part first, and then I might do the back of the forearms. So this one, you kind of do as much as you can, maybe with like a medium to heavy weight. I mean medium weight, you can do at least 10 reps. But I kind of tend to do about 10 to 15. With forearms, it's like calves. You have to feel the burn and the pump, right? 6 sets, 5 or 6 sets. Actually, another thing with doing this movement here is you have to keep your core tight. You don't want to bend your back when you're doing this. So you pull the weight down. This is what you're doing, right? While doing that, you're kind of doing your abs as well. It's like a 2-in-1 workout. Because you're kind of using your abs to keep the weight here. Like this is my starting position, and that's all I'm doing. But while I'm here with the weight, my abs are doing a lot of work to keep that weight there. Fuck. Crazy pump already. Kind of hard to open my hands. So I'm gonna do 5 or 6 sets for this part of the forearm and 5 or 6 sets for there. So that movement and that movement. The forearms are pretty much done at this stage. Maybe one more set, and I'm gonna jump on to doing some calves. Let's do some calves. I'm gonna do 5 sets here, maybe 6 seated calf raises. Another 6 sets for standing calf raises. And then maybe we'll do like some sort of maybe might jump onto leg press for another 4 or 5 sets. I think I'm gonna skip standing calf raises today. Pretty tired already. So I did like 6 sets on the seated calves. Gonna do another 6 here on the leg press. And that will be that. I'm very hungry now. I'm gonna go home and eat. Yeah. Yeah.